Yo, what is going on, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, the beautiful game of life, part of the Believe Network. I'm Ramsey Abushala, editor-in-chief of UrbanPitch.com. Julio Monterosa, director of Vibes. Julio, what's going on, man?
Man, exciting day for me, especially I've been a fan of the guy we have on today for years, since I was going to college, playing in college 2011. So, man, having him on, I'm excited a bit.
Yeah, we got an icon of the game, street football legend, freestyle world champion, Séan Garnier. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hello, guys. I'm super happy to be here in US during the World Cup and doing my first podcast in US, actually.
Yeah, first US podcast, and it's the
There
Urban
we
Pitch
go.
Podcast. Let's go. We're already up one. Look, obviously, you know, I want to get to you and your background, your career, and the longevity that you've had, but you said it, World Cup. Right, it's one of the most exciting times. I don't know what day it is. It's been like a whirlwind of like a past couple of weeks. What's been your experience? I've seen on your Instagram you've been able to get to a few games. What's been your overall experience of this World Cup so far?
So this one is a little bit different because it's going to be the first time where I can make my family experience the World Cup. So what I did, I bring my three kids and my wife here and try to make them experience the game in a different way. Usually they see me playing like against people in different events, and now it's like show them what's the real spirit of football, like how people share the same culture from different backgrounds. So we go to stadium, we go to watch the games. So that's actually the approach I have from this World Cup. The only problem is it's too big. So to attend the game from one place to the other. But at the end of the day, it's just the question of sharing the space with anybody else, and that's why I'm doing that.
Yeah, the atmospheres have been the coolest part to see, and just having it be here, right? Because we've never had a World Cup in our backyards where like we're going to the stadiums, seeing like fan zones, seeing the people on the street, like, you know, in their jerseys and all that. What, in terms of atmosphere, because you've had multiple World Cup experiences, and I'm sure you've been to different World Cups over the years, but what does this rank amongst like different World Cups? What's good, what's bad, like what's in between? Like what have you seen so far?
To be honest, I'm super surprised by the atmosphere because I thought it will be under a different sport, kind of like. But when I go to, for example, Times Square or like different places in the US, I see the fans, I see the atmosphere, and I find it really cool. And I don't see this World Cup being under the others. The only problem I will see is the distance between the stadium and like the way to go in and out. It's a little bit like less good than the others. But in reality, I heard and I see online the number are enormous. Like maybe it's the biggest viewed opening game.
It's so in terms of like people watching and ratings and all that, it's been a massive success.
Yeah, so I would say, you know, you can always say something at the end. So let's wait the end and we can criticize a little bit.
We still have a little bit of ways to go, right?
Yeah,
there could be a massive disaster. There could be a massive like triumph. You know, it could go either way. We still got a couple weeks.
And I would say if France win, it's going to be all the best in the world. You know?
I have friends winning it since the beginning of the World Cup, but for some reason, I was born in the U.S. and I have this false hope because of two games that we're going to do way better than we predicted. I think I'm just a delusional U.S. fan. But just seeing the newer fans from America coming to watch the sport and enjoying it, you can go anywhere and you'll see like a regular restaurant have a little TV and there's 20 people watching a World Cup game. So having this excitement for soccer, football here in the U.S. is amazing because usually, like you said, we're the third best sport behind basketball and football, and this World Cup is showing that there is a market for American fans, and they're showing out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what stadiums have you been to so far throughout the World Cup?
So I did the MetLife Stadium
for
Morocco, Brazil. And I did Kansas City for Algeria versus Argentina. And the next one will be Philadelphia for France versus Iraq. And for this game, I'm giving the man of the match trophy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so you'll be with Olise, just dapping him up.
You know, I think it's gonna be Olise.
I'm hoping, bro. The first game, man. Yeah. It was like the balls he's given to Messi is just like.
To Messi?
Mbappe. I was thinking Messi because he said Argentina.
I know.
Like it's like next level stuff. I saw people were talking about because Mbappe, the criticism with him at Real Madrid is that he's always offside. But it's because people give him the ball too late.
Too late, exactly.
And Olise has the vision to give it like at the right time. And man, like
I predicted he will be the best player of the tournament if France win.
Yeah. When?
Yeah, and like first half for the first France game, he was playing on the winger. When they dropped him as a 10, France looked completely way more dynamic. And like, I see Henry talk about him all the time. Like, no, he's not a winger. He's a 10. He's a 10. And that game showed out. The minute he extended the passes he was given, every ball was running through him. I've been saying this forever. Like, Olise's my favorite player right now in the world. And I can't wait for him to come to Real Madrid.
I'm thinking Mbappe do everything for that, right?
Yeah, right. I think there's too much greed going on at Real
Nah,
Madrid.
come to Real Madrid.
You're a Madrid fan, right?
I'm a Real Madrid fan.
Okay,
Come to Real
okay.
Madrid.
Yeah, it's been a tough go for them the last couple of seasons, and they maybe.
Yeah, they need something. I'm a PSG fan, so I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna wear my PSG jersey. I didn't know if you were PSG or Marseille, so I wanted it to be.
No, I'm not like that. You can wear whatever you want.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's go to you, man. So obviously, like, winning the street style, like, takes you to like a whole nother level. It's been over a decade since then, and this is like a scene where people come and go, right? You see names like come in a flash, and especially with social media, like, you'll be the hot thing one day, a couple weeks later, it's like, you know, everything is so like frivolous, right? But when I started with Urban Pitch 2016, you were the guy, right? We were covering you. You came to the base. You know, and then now you're still a guy, and it's like it's so impressive. Number one, and number two, like, I wanted to get the behind the scenes of, like, why do you think you've been able to maintain like a level of longevity, kind of like Messi or Ronaldo, where it's like you're expecting them to drop off, and then all of a sudden they're still there. So what has that? I know there's no secret to it, right? But what's been like the behind the scenes from your perspective to where you've been able to kind of stay at the top of the game for such an extended period of time?
I will shorter your question.
Yeah.
The question will be why, only why. I found my why. So when I play football when I was kids, my dream was to be a professional football player, but I didn't make it. And basically the first day I did freestyle, I get the recognition of the audience. But I was not a freestyler. I was just someone who's like express himself in front of people. It was by accident. But when I understand with the ball, I could connect with people. I understand my dream was not to be a football player. It was to connect with people. And the only way I had was the ball. So the why was the connection. So everything I do is for connection. This morning I was tired, you know, jet lag and everything.
Yes.
But now I'm on the podcast and I like it because there is connection. So I understand my why and everything I do as a purpose, and that's why I stay at the top of the game. Because every time I find a way to have a new challenge, to connect with people, inspire them, or find new information for me to progress or go somewhere. So every time the game evolved, like it was freestyle, it was like video with football player, it was 1v1 and tournament and stuff like that. Now I'm building my own sport. So every time there is my why, it's clear in my mind, and I know why I'm doing this.
Purpose, right? Purpose. And then you see like people that come, it's like they're there for the views and they're there for, you know, the glamour and all of that, but the purpose of it all is what's given is
I would say also people who do social media and they want the views, they still didn't discover why they're doing this. There is an inner reason why they do that, but they don't discover. And that's why when someone asks me the question, what I should do and stuff like that, my first things to him is like, say, you should understand why you're doing this. Do you want to get, you need to be honest with yourself. Sometimes it's something not really super comfortable to say to yourself, like, I like to be in front of camera, or I like to get the claps, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not really comfortable to say that to yourself.
Yeah.
So you need to understand the reason behind that, and that's what I did, basically.
Yeah, because you were viral before viral was a thing. Like, your videos showing up, like doing the Red Bull freestyle challenges, like doing all that great stuff. Do you think if you would have started now, it would have been a little different, just because how everybody just wants to be viral? You were not trying to be viral. You just became viral. You would think it would be a little different if you started now?
Yeah, it will be definitely different. I think I came at the right time and the right moment, and a different period of also. You know, back in the days, I directly start the process to record myself and put it on YouTube. But it was not to get the views. It was just to document everything and also to share with the community. And what I understand really quickly is, like, instead of reaching 5 people now, I can reach 100 people just by posting my video. But back in the day, we post that link into forums who was already the community, you know? So that was the mindset. It's a little bit like now. Now the algorithm do it for us. You know, they reach the right people, but before you have to find the right forum who talk about the right subject. So I already get the the process of like posting videos. So, but there is not. It was just a matter of sharing, not like getting recognition or getting followers. But the game was different, and I was really lucky to be at the right time. To be honest, I don't know now if I will be like that famous, but I'm sure with the same motivation, I will find my way. Yeah.
You still be nutmegging Neymar and doing all
Yeah.
How many pros that you've encountered, like you won't meg me, you won't get the ball through me? Is there a lot of pros that tell you that, or that you've experienced?
No, at the beginning, yes, but after that, it's mostly like most of them refuse to play against me. Yeah,
They're scared now. They're scared now.
yeah, which is normal.
Yeah,
which is normal
right,
because it's my job, kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
It's not like something they train all the time. So if I don't nutmeg them, there is a problem.
Right.
But actually, one day I get nutmeg by Jesse Lingard. You know, I did a
Jay
1v1,
Lins.
he accepted, and I did it, and I posted the video online,
Yeah,
and you know, it was fine. And you have to be also fair in a
Right.
way. If you nutmeg someone, you have to show it,
Sure,
but also if you get nutmeg, you have to show it.
You
Not
dish
all
it.
the guys do that in the street football. world.
Hey,
They show
yeah.
only. I know one guy. He's in the US. He's touring. Paul Pogba nutmeg him, but he never show it.
I think I know who he's talking about.
Drop the clip. Drop the clip.
No, but yeah, you're right though, because like everybody will respect Jordan dunking on him because he's a great.
It's
And
Michael Jordan.
And you're that guy. You're the MJ of your sport, of your talent. So if you if you make somebody, they gotta respect that. You're doing it from one of the best to ever do it. So, hey, post those videos.
Yeah. Post the clips. Drop the tapes.
Drop the tape.
So what about like your training regimen? Do you still have like a pretty like rigorous training, or is it like a second nature to you where you can just pick up a ball and you have it?
No, you don't have it. You have to train.
Yeah.
But I don't train at the moment. Why? Because I'm focusing on a totally different thing. I'm focusing on staying relevant,
Yes.
which is take most of my time. So stay active, of course, training a little bit, but not upgrading my skill set in order to perform. But the way I see it, and why also the fact to start like 20 years ago, the 2006, and to do all these different sports like freestyle, street football, 1v1, pana, that I see that like a martial art. So I was able to train a different style of football. So futsal, I play almost to go national team.
Yeah.
So you know in futsal you have to run, pass, moving, doing rotation. Then I play also football 11 aside. So I know what's the high level. I play 1v1 pana. I play 1v1 with a goalkeeper. I play freestyle. And all of these different sports require different abilities. What I was lucky is to perform at the highest level in all these different sports. So now I have a background to know how to measure the distance in front of someone. If, for example, you challenge me now, I know what to do. If you challenge me in like a gala game, I know what to do. I don't train those abilities now because there is no point for me to become the world champion, but there is a point for me to stay relevant. So when I do a project, and that's what I'm doing now, I'm creating the UBF 1v1. It's like people will listen to what I'm saying. That's the only reason why I'm training.
Yeah. Let's talk about UBF 1v1 because I was looking into it, and it seems like it's a pretty unique. Like you said, you're building your own sport earlier, right? Do you first off talk about UBF building that, and then like adding another martial arts style to the world of football? Like talk about like what went into that, the background, and what you're trying to build, and why you're here in the U.S. touring around the country.
So super simple. When I won the freestyle championship in 2008, you know, it was viral. Everybody was talking about that. But like 4 years later, 5 and 6 years later, all the next champions couldn't have the same, how I can say that, the same career as me, the same vibes, the same hype. And there is a reason why, because freestyle is super complicated. You know, when you train for doing all those skills, it requires a lot of time. And the more we go to the year, the more harder is it, because to reach the top level, it will take a while for you. So nobody is ready now, especially the new generation. They are all lazy. Nobody is ready to train that much. You have to train basically 6 to 8 hours a day, and different type of sport like gymnastics, acrobatics. So after that, so I moved a little bit to, I was playing futsal. And I see all my friends who play national team, and they never have more than $3,000 or $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
So I said there is no way to build a living, because if you get injured for 2-3 years, you're done.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought 5v5 might not be the way. Then I was doing Pana. I won the Pana World Championship many times, and also like let's say street football, 3v3, 4v4, like different competition. And I never see like a big prize money. And I was thinking about what's the reason why these sports cannot emerge. Like everybody, Nike, Adidas, all these brands, they use those formats for marketing purpose, but they never do those things to make a sport and to create legend out of that. So how a guy like me could perform for 20 years and have videos viewed and stuff, there is a demand. But there, like the difference between me and a football player will be like, me, you don't know when I'm gonna perform. Even today, there is people in LA doesn't know I'm performing today. I'm gonna do like the 1v1 tournament. But let's say Mbappe, they know when gonna be his next game. Yeah. So I need to create a sort of schedule people can follow for player like me in order to make them more famous. The second thing I need to do is to create a format where everybody can play. No need to train that much, because the new generation will not do it. So, you know, I was thinking about what we play a football game back in the day. What was our football game? And there is one game we played called the qualification. In UK will be Wembley style. Okay. So it's like one goalkeeper and all the kids dribble each other and score. So I was thinking about our childhood, what's make football fun for us. So I was trying this. Then the second thing is I was thinking like, okay, how I can, like what's the most popular sport? Football. So let's see who is the most followed team. Real Madrid, Manchester. But actually the most followed people in football is players. Right. Ronaldo, Messi. So people are following more the individual rather than the team. So why not creating an individual football format based on football behavior or people experience back in the day? Okay. And the last thing I was thinking is like, you know, in combat sports, sometimes they make more money by selling a fight than doing a full league. So why? Because the storytelling between two guys is easier to sell than a full league. Because when you do Manchester United versus City, easy to sell. But you do Manchester United versus Brentford, who's gonna watch it? You know what? Only Manchester United fan. So I was thinking, organize a 1v1 might be easier to sell. So I create this format called UBF 1v1. So it's one goalkeeper, two players who play against each other. And the way I was thinking is to make everything, the content become viral. So the fact to play only on one goal, when you film the video, in the first frame, when you swipe the video, you see the goalie and you see the two players and the goalkeeper. So basically the audience directly understand that something's gonna happen in the next 5 seconds. So they're gonna consume the content. And I can see it. I start maybe in 2016 to start to use that format. And now 10 years later, I see people become famous and viral online in France and different countries just by using that form of playing. And those players will never use the Pana form, because you need a cage, you need a small goal. Because also, if you give a ball to a kids in the pitch, what is gonna do?
Try to score
He's
a goal.
going to kick. So if you do small goal, you remove one big essence of the football, which is kicking. So that's why I was directly put a big goal, and I was trying to build a format where people can film themselves in one angle and not 10 angles, because otherwise when you do like this, you're not going to record the Pana here or the move here, because your friend will not follow. They will do this and film here. You know what I mean? So that was the whole idea for UBF 1v1. Then after that, I was thinking about US. And US, they like to have adrenaline every 20 seconds, 25 seconds. So what I was trying to do is not getting only goals as a point, but also skills as a point. And trying to make fair. So if you do the tournament here in Los Angeles, but you do another tournament in New York, the skill is the same. It's not like in Los Angeles, they count the skills, and in New York, they count the skills. So it's not by subjective impression. It's really by
a set of rules.
It's like, for example, if the ball go between your leg and you get it back, doesn't matter the way you do it, it's a skill point. So there is many ways like this.
And that's great though, because I played pickup. I feel like I'm gonna age myself, but I played pickup with younger kids nowadays, and like I grew up playing a certain way. Like, all right, tiki taka, try to like all the teammates. These kids nowadays, they're not passing me the ball at all. They want to go one-on-one, and they don't care if they lose 30-0. But if they get a skill over you, they're
clip
like,
that.
No, so what? So what? I did you up. I megged you. You're bad. Like, no, dude. Like, this team sport. Like, nah, one-on-one. I'm better than you. It's always one-on-one with these kids. It's not about the team. It's like who could got more skills.
Definitely, and I would say back in the day it was winner stays.
Yeah.
So basically the rules, we were ruled by the fact to stay on the pitch. The people who stay on the pitch is the king of the pitch.
Yes.
But now what stay out of like a session is the video.
Yes.
So it's the moment.
Yeah.
And I was part of this culture to create those moments.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, to be honest, I arrived somewhere, I didn't play that good, but I got this nutmeg and this move, and it was the viral moment on that event, and that's it. I become the guy, but I was not maybe the one who played the best. Yeah.
I remember the video when you came to the court dressed as an old guy. Came in and started doing all your skills around everybody. Like, who is this guy? So
Yeah, building something right for the modern like football fan or player, I think is important because you see like a lot of sports leagues, they're trying to like cater to the younger fan, whether it's like doing like the off the pitch stuff, like the vlog style interviews, because I think whether it's attention spans or just like the nature of things, like fans are watching less of the full game, right? The full 90 minutes, and they're consuming football in like 30-second clips or 60-second clips or interviews or viral moments. So creating something like that where you can still have the sport, you can still have the skills, you can still have the spirit of football, but it's like built to have, you know, viral moments, get people involved and engaged. I think that's like a super important and like interesting facet that you added to a league that, you know, like there's so many avenues of soccer. You have like the TST, you have the Kings League, you have all these different adjacent leagues to, you know, the traditional Man U, Real Madrid, all this stuff. So how do you think that UBF is going to stand out when it comes to everything else that's going on outside of the game?
For me, UBF has to be the UFC of football. Simple as that. I build a format to be able to highlight the individual and also to be fair with everybody. When you have other leagues, it's always the problem to get the players, you know, how to scout them, select them. It's not really fair because it's always about relationships, especially it's like team sport. You know, it's going to be like, oh, I will take my friend into my team. Politics, exactly. But 1v1, no. You are good, you play. You are not good, you don't play. So basically, I'm building with my partner an infrastructure. So what we do, we actually build an app where people can use the app and film themselves playing 1v1. Basically, it's going to be an auto ranking. So imagine you are with your friend in your house and you go downstairs and you start to play 1v1. You can do 1, 10, 20, 30, and basically the app will give you point based on your game. And after like 1 week or two, maybe next building there is some kids, they play the exact same games, and maybe you see the ranking. You are number 1, but he's number 2. So like okay, the app will arrange you to meet and to basically do this format and to see who is the best. And me, I will not have to create tournaments. I will just have to look who is on the top of the leaderboard and create for them opportunity. So that's going to be the agenda. This kid from Nigeria is actually really performing. He's 1,000 game. He got 500 nutmegs, 300 goals. He's the GOAT in Africa. Let's fly him over for the next tournament for $1 million. So that's the technology we are putting together.
And then if they're like gaming the system, right, and they're like, you know, somehow finding ways to get points, once you fly them out and put them in the challenge, then they can't hide, right? So it's like, so you can't fake it, right?
Exactly. And let's say, for example, if one of the talent you discover in the US, he play a league like, let's say, Kings League, right? But after you think he's really good, but you fly him over to play the Kings League in France, you're not really sure he's going to perform because there is tactics, there is maybe adaptability, maybe the leagues he's playing is a little bit under, you know, but in 1v1, no, you can be 80 or 90% accurate on the talent of the guy. So the translation between scouting someone in Africa or in South America and bringing to the big stage is really, really accurate, and that's also the value of the sport.
So you're like the Dana White of
you understand? I need to find a place somewhere. I cannot do around the world all the time. So that's going to be my mission, you know. And if I can help the talent to have my career, that will be a pleasure, because I find the way to crack the code, basically, you know, and to be able to stay relevant all this year, you know. And if I want, I can make videos super viral. I understand what to do, but what I want to do is to give my knowledge to those kind of guys and to help them to grow, because the responsibility, so you know, what I have is, when I was doing all these videos, the old man, so many kids come to me and say, hey, oh, I was watching your video, I actually do this kid and stuff, and say, what do you do now? I'm working there. But I saw this talent. I'm like, dude, you maybe you're better than me back in the day.
Yeah.
And there is no point. You don't have any opportunity. So my responsibility is to create something for this new generation. And I was thinking, what can be the best format? And trust me, I tried everything. Like if you test me and why this format's not working, why this format working, I can tell you why. Because I was trying everything. I organized maybe 100 formats different in France, so I know. This is my knowledge, basically.
Yeah. So
you're gonna be like Neo in the Matrix. You have all the screens on, just
Yeah.
looking at everybody.
Yeah. So you want to create like the next generation of you, basically. You want to create the next you, so that this can continue on to the next generation, to the next generation after that, right?
Yeah.
And so you saw basically like, okay, I'm good at what I do. I can do this for X amount of years, but how much will it'll be more impactful if I can create maybe 2 of me or 3 of me, and then that's like exponentially like creating like something where it could be just you and you could be the guy for X amount of years, or you can have you plus this guy. So like creating like an incubator for talent for the next generation. I think
That's definitely the goal for me.
Yeah, so you're gonna have like a 1v1 at the White House with motorcycles, going all that.
You understand? Yeah.
So a couple of years, we'll look out for that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So talk about the tour. You're in LA tonight.
Yeah.
You're going all over the place. I think New York City. You were just in Vegas. Like
San Diego.
Yeah. So what made you pick these cities, and then what have you seen from the talent so far from the couple events that you've done?
So, okay, in terms of 1v1, we have one tour. We're planning to do a grand finale in the 5th of July in New York.
Okay.
So basically, we pick the city based on recommendation of one guy who's doing like community activation all across the US called Josh. So basically, he select the city for us and say, go there, and that's where you're gonna find the best player. So San Diego, Los Angeles, Miami, New York, and we might add a couple of stops. Depend of the hype, basically.
Right.
And at the end, we're gonna have a finale event in New York on the 5th of July at the House of Gold, which is a really nice location with people during the World Cup. So it's gonna be super nice. And also, what I'm doing is like I give the opportunity. So all those talent will compete against each other, and the winner of US will play a tournament end of the year 1v1s. So that's one thing. But also, I'm touring the world at the moment to create a team. To play the Red Bull 4 to Score tournament at the end of August in Canada.
Okay.
So what I do when I go to a country, I do a 1v1 tournament and I do a team tournament. And those, I pick the MVP of the team tournament and pick the best one of the 1v1. And I make people vote online who should join my team. While I do that, because by doing the vote online, I create hype on the profile of the player. So people can say, this guy is a good defender, this guy is more offense, I can take him, blah, blah, blah. And that's the way I create hype for them. You know, so that's one way I use Red Bull for that. And for the 1v1, we actually build the infrastructure, the UBF, with the app. So the goal is for people to play by themselves to basically reach one of the events we're going to create this year.
So qualify on their own, basically.
Exactly.
And you have one more spot on that team, correct? Or
one more sport for the US. So we're going to do all these cities. The final event will be on the 5th of July. We're going to have the 1v1 winner. And I'm also going to create like a team tournament one day. I think it's going to be on the 30th of June. Yeah.
Okay.
And basically, I will pick the MVP. And those 2 US guys will battle online.
Well, you got some time.
Yeah, man, I was hoping he was going to put me on the team, but I don't think I
Team
have enough time.
manager.
I don't think I have enough time to train.
You need to convince me, my friend. What do you got? What do you got? What's your skill set?
No, so
I see the Adidas Predator
so back
already.
in college, I was a right back, and that was about 10 years ago. But I'm an enforcer, so if you need a yellow card, I can get that for you.
This is not.
I can get
This is
that.
not
It's
really
not the
my
style.
style.
No. Oh yeah, because it's 2 minutes. You gotta sit down 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to have the possession. Yeah.
Right.
No, but I'm a good. Hey team, go team.
I do that. No need. I do that. That's not enough
Man,
for me.
all right, never mind, man. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Maybe
You can
next year.
train.
Yeah, I start training today.
Yeah.
We'll get the app and then we'll put
We'll
you
get the
on.
app.
Yeah.
Me against 10-year-olds trying to make them. I'm gonna make
Put a
it.
goal right here and compete
There
each
we go.
other.
Yeah.
In the next podcast.
Yeah,
Okay,
next
all right.
podcast.
Yeah, for sure. But we were just in Dallas for a Red Bull, the coated cleats. So
Yeah.
we were just there. So Red Bull's always doing these like crazy twists on football. They were doing the Neymar tournament a few years ago, the 4-to-score, which you went to
Yes.
when they had the LA qualifier. Talk about your relationship with Red Bull, because obviously you guys go way back, and you're their first international football ambassador. Is that correct? So talk about your relationship really quick and how that's helped you in your career and how you helped to push that forward for others too.
That's a really good point. Why I'm here now, because without Red Bull, I don't think I will have this longevity. It's maybe one of the only brand who, when they sponsor someone, they follow him through the year. If you watch all the athlete, all the portfolio on every country, there is rarely someone who's doing only 1 or 2 years. There is a reason behind that, but maybe most of the athletes will do 10 years, 15 years. Like now it's my 17 years. Wow. So the way their infrastructure work is really cool, because every country make activation based on the interest of their audience. Yeah. So let's say in France will be motorsports, football, and something else. And because of football, I will be activated. Yeah. And UK the same. And I'm doing football, so it's always easier for fly out someone with a ball than flying someone who has a motorbike, because the cost is less. Right. Understand quickly if I talk good, if I have a nice presentation, if I'm adaptable and I create content for them, they might activate me all across the world. So that's what I did. Every year I'm force of proposition. I've always showed them what I can do, and basically I'm being activating everywhere. Yeah. And also I learn how to take that as an advantage, because I not only showcase and go to the country, I actually contact myself media. I try to bring influencer. For example, in Mexico last week when we were for the opening of the World Cup, it was not for Red Bull basically, but I said to Red Bull, hey, let's make a tour. So they bring me to Lucha Libre, which is the WWE from Mexico, and I tell them, let me do a show for 2 minutes in middle, and I try to make a small arrangement in the video, and next day we go to film again. I bring Noel, Noel with the big hair, the dancer.
Oh, okay.
The one who's dancing, So I call him, say, hey, there is this big opportunity. You should come and we can do a collab and stuff like that. So it's not only me trying to just do a show. I always try to find a way to create something out of the box, and that's give me leverage, let's say.
Right. Did you put the mask on?
I put the mask on for the next activation. So I took the mask for Lucha Libre and I went to the street football court in Mexico, and I tried to prank the guy.
So
that was cool.
Cool. Yeah. I know it's like when you talk about street football, and you can go anywhere basically, right? And you can do like you said, you don't have that much equipment. All you need is the ball, really. And what's been your favorite experience so far, whether it was through Red Bull, through something else, in terms of a country or a certain event? What's been your favorite experience over the years?
There is many, but I have to highlight this one because it's recent. It's Angola. I don't know if you saw this video. Uh-huh. So through the year and now with social media, the algorithm show me people who perform online in different things. So every time I open my app, I scroll. I don't scroll just to scroll. I scroll because I see talent, and from the way they play, I can understand their background. And Africa, what's happening? He's they receive our video we create back in the days, but a little bit late. Yeah. And the way they receive it, they never consume the content 10 hours on the screen. They consume it maybe 5 minutes because their internet is not good or something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the way they see the tricks, I call it in 2D instead of 3D. So they have a vision of the tricks, but not exactly. So they adapt the trick on their own. Mm-hmm. And basically because of the culture of Africa is more important than to humiliate someone than maybe score a goal. Yeah. That's create a full culture of a showboating game. Mm-hmm. And there is one country who started that, in my opinion, which is South Africa. But slowly, he moved to Ivory Coast and Angola. And Angola was the country who was the more mature to show it. So I flew there, and I create with the guy an amazing atmosphere. It was a stadium. The top 16 players from the country came, and they play against each other. And man, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Dude, I've seen videos online where they literally there's a guy, he spins it around, then he the ball, he rolls on the ball and then passes the ball all crazy skills. Everybody stops, the teammates move away, and it's just one-on-one during the game. So
yeah. N1 mixtape.
Yeah.
So basically it's this. Yeah. It's a mix between N1 mixtape and Harlem Globetrotter. Because when you see the game, maybe the referee, he got the ball passed to him, he stopped the ball with the hand and passed it behind his back to the next guy. Right, so they try to adapt the game also to please the crowd, and I love that. Yeah. So I think there is also a lot of to do in that kind of format. So I was studying, checking the talent, how they are, and that's why I flew there.
Yeah, I hope all of the street footballers or the freestylers that are watching this that hope to be the next Séan Garnier are listening to you, because it's not just about talent, and you've mentioned this earlier. You could be really good, but the amount of work you do, and like even just scrolling, you're working, right? You go to an event, like you're at the FIFA World Cup opener. You could have just been like, I'm here for the vibes. I'm gonna hang out.
Yeah.
No, man, you went above and beyond. I feel like that's why that you've been able to like maintain this career for so long. So pay attention. Like, he's dropping extremely like valuable knowledge bombs here. So
Thank you.
Shout out to you, man.
Thank you.
I know you got a million things going on, and we don't have a unlimited time. I wish we could stay here for much longer. But before we go, is there anything else that you want to shout out? And then number one, and number two, what's on your playlist? What are you listening to these days?
Music?
Yeah.
I have no playlist. I always listen the music of the people.
Okay.
Because I like to get inspired by people. So I basically always, when I go somewhere, I just ask them like, what's your playlist?
Okay.
And so maybe Brazilian song most of the time, because it's like going with the vibe of street football.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to listen what people listen. I'm not into my word. I'm like trying to listen what's the people words, you know?
Okay.
And that's the first thing. Second thing, like the app we create is called Urban Bowler.
Yes.
So it's gonna work like that. Basically, people will download their profile and we play in their neighborhood, film themselves, and also you guys will be able to predict who is the winner. So this is how it's gonna work.
Okay.
Me and you will play the 1v1, okay?
Right.
And you're gonna you watch it, but you don't know us.
Yeah,
But you go on the app and you say, oh, this guy's gonna play. So you click on the app, then you have
before we start, I can say who's
so you
gonna
have
win.
60 seconds to predict who is gonna win.
Who you gonna vote for?
I got it.
Oh man,
You're
we
my
work
boy,
to-
dude.
We work together.
You're my
We
boy,
work
man,
together.
but
Nah.
I gotta be.
I'll vote for him. Too.
Bro, be Neymar, dude. Come on.
Yeah, maybe in 5 years you can change. But yeah, so basically that's the interesting part, because based on the statistic and stuff, you can say, oh, I like more this guy, then you predict he's gonna win.
Yeah.
And also that's gonna give you a ranking system
Right,
for
right,
people who watch it. So the viewer will get a ranking, the player will get ranking. So we also gonna, out of our game of 5 minutes,
Yeah.
the app will automatically create a highlight video with the score. So the audience will actually understand it better, and this highlight will be able to share online.
Yes.
So all the work you have to do by cutting all these little
Clipping,
pieces will be automatic.
Yeah.
So that, and also like when you have a skill point or a goal, it's gonna appear directly, so you don't have to explain what is it. The audience will consume it. So I'm trying to facilitate how the sport will be consumed, how the player will be able to create content, how the audience will be interested to support that movement.
Because everybody's lazy. You want to do the work for them, right?
Yeah. I'm lazy as well. Now there is ChatGPT, all these kind of technology.
Right.
So you know.
Yeah. So Urban Baller is the name of the app.
Yeah.
Is it out right now? Can we download it? Is there a release date? What's the?
So now it's available on Android. It's going to be available on Apple Store really soon.
Okay.
And we're going to launch as soon as everything is ready. We're going to launch. Obviously, during the World Cup, we try to do it.
Yes.
If not, will be later. But I'm fine. You know, it's a long-term game.
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, it has to be launched. No. What I learned with the time is like, you know, if you do something bad, next day everybody will forget.
Yeah.
But if you do something good, everybody will keep continuing to talk about. So if I miss a window, it's fine. You know, I'm gonna do the next one. It's okay.
Yeah. Turkey, you guys hear that? People are gonna forget this World Cup performance, so you guys will be okay. Yeah.
What you said?
I said the Turkey national team.
Yeah,
watching this.
Yeah, sorry
okay,
guys. It's fine. It's
We'll
fine.
bounce back.
Yeah, Turkey, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So what's your prediction for the World Cup?
I when the World Cup first started, I had Spain and France making it to the final. I know Spain didn't start off so good, but I think they're gonna bounce back. Argentina look good as well with Messi. So my top choices will be France, Spain. I think France is gonna win it because that front line is scary. Like 90 minutes of those guys going at you.
And then you got Barcola coming off
Barcola-
the bench. You know, like, come on, man.
That guy's
Then
a-
Cherki if you wake
Yeah,
up. and
Cherki.
Mateta.
And Shirky's the slowest one, but he's the most technical one.
Yeah.
So that guy's like a street baller in the game.
Yeah.
What do you think? Why do you think France has that much good player?
Well, so we did a story on this on urbanpitch.com. Go read that. So, like, before the 98 World Cup, right, the national team was, like, struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? Like, they had maybe 1 Euros, but no World Cups. And then the Clairefontaine Academy came in, and that helped a lot with identifying talent and, you know, like Thierry Henry, Mbappe, like Hatem Ben Arfa, like all these, like, kind of, like, big talents. Ben Arfa, you know, was skill-wise, you know, they were able to develop in a central location. But then you have the league, right? Ligue 1 is known for playing young players. And a lot of the best young players go to Ligue 1 to, you know, maybe they're not playing at the biggest clubs, but they will eventually end up in the biggest clubs because compared to a league like Serie A, which is playing the older players, they're able to learn and play in high-leverage situations and be able to be creative and express themselves to where, yeah, they're going to make mistakes, but they're going to learn from those mistakes. So I think that's the bit, like, I mean, I'm getting, like, you know, deep into
it's
the
good,
weeds
it's good.
here, but in my like, I think that's been their biggest like reason why the France national team has just become like so incredible.
Yeah, and I think even their younger national teams is not a big change for how the first team plays. Most national, I'll speak for the U.S. The U.S. they'll have one system when they're young, and then the national team will be a whole different. It's like France plays from under 15 to senior level. They all play the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You know what's the system? What we call?
What is it called?
No system.
No.
Yeah. In France, the rules is super simple. The street rules the system.
Yeah.
So Deschamps doesn't do any system.
Yeah.
He puts 5 or 6 player defense, and in front just go. But what's make those players different? They play cage football their whole life.
Yeah.
They play 1v1. They play street football their whole life. So basically, that's why they are so good. And also, they have a bit of arrogance, and that arrogance helped them when the coach told them, don't do that, they do it.
Yeah.
and that's the difference between the good player and the normal player. Sometimes they don't listen to the system.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Mbappe is good, Olise, Cherki. You see Cherki, the way he talk, he don't care. The guy said, hey, you can tell me Guardiola, you can tell me do that, I will not do it.
Yeah.
But this is a big value in a way to build your skill set, because when you want to create your own style, when you reach maturity, then you can listen the coach.
Yeah.
But if you already listen the coach, this coach, and that's a big problem, most of the coach never experience to be a skillful player. They are a bit frustrated. And when they see football, they want to see, they think they are Guardiola, they want to play tiki-taka and stuff like that. But before playing tiki-taka is a response of a high pressure.
Yeah.
But if the team doesn't press you, you don't need to pass the ball. You have to wait the guy come to you. So first of all, you have to go to dribbling in a way. So the first thing you have to do is take the ball, go straight. If someone come in front of you, then you dribble. If 2 guys come in front of you, then you pass.
Yes.
So it's like there is question and answer. And I feel like we already want to build a system and players in a way, but first you have to build the base. The base is the individual skill set. And that's why France doesn't miss, because they stay have the old school mentality by one guy, one ball, train like this. And when they play against each other, like the whole system in France is really tough, really aggressive. It's like it's a war. I bring my kids, you know, we live in Dubai. I bring my kids in the French football system for 1 month because there was the war in Dubai, so we flew back to France. And basically the way the kids were hitting them, I was shocked. Like, I'm like, hey guys, wake up, like what you do? Like, we are not in Dubai now.
No, but Henry had an interview that he had an interview when he said he was coaching the under 20 for the Olympic team. And I forget, I don't think it was what he said, but he said there was a player that he was going, he was one-on-one, and he would do the right play by passing the ball. And he told him, hey, if you don't go one-on-one, then I'm gonna sub you out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So and like you said, everybody wants to be Guardiola, that Barcelona 09, 2010 team. They just want to do tiki-taka. But no,
but you do tiki-taka because the team in front of you is
scared.
Then you're gonna skill them.
Yeah.
If they don't going to you, then go
one-on-one.
Then
you're just passing for no reason.
Yes. Then after they're gonna block this one-on-one, then that's where you pass and move. So it's like question and answer all the time. You have to understand that.
Right.
Yeah. That's
because all he said, he'll go 2-on-1.
That's what he did in the previous game when he did the magic pass to Mbappe. First he was doing like outside control, go the one-on-one, get blocked, pass to Condé, reset back, and after, because he did the one-on-one before, what the other player did,
They
in front of
brought
him,
somebody in.
he stayed.
Yeah.
So because he stayed and he didn't pressure that much, he did the little pass.
Boom.
And that's the response.
It's so much fun to watch. And you said arrogance, but it's arrogance and confidence is like the same.
Yeah.
It's like the same level, right?
I'm arrogant, but in a good way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I like if you meet me outside, I'm super respectful and I'm gonna say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
I will take the time with everybody. But at the same time, what I learned is like if you don't show up, nobody will do in your place.
Yeah. Right.
So you need to show up. That's the only way.
You got to be the guy.
So that's what I call arrogance, but it's confidence in a way. Yeah.
That's what Zlatan told Alexi
Yeah.
Lalas on stream.
Yeah, did you see on the
Alexis Lalas,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know him, but I don't know what he did.
So on the Fox broadcast, Landon Donovan in the first half of the France-Senegal game, he said, because France wasn't playing very well, right? And they're like kind of, a little bit sloppy.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they were
yeah.
coming out a little bit slow. And Landon Donovan called him arrogant. He goes,
No,
"They're-"
Alexi Lalas called him arrogant.
No, Landon Donovan called him arrogant on the broadcast. And then in the halftime, it goes to halftime, and Thierry Henry was like, bro, that's not like they're not being arrogant. Like it's wrong to call them arrogant. And then afterwards, they got into another fight. Lalas said, well, they're being arrogant. I agree. And then Zlatan goes,
Yeah,
"It's
I
not
saw this one."
It's not arrogance. It's confidence."
Yeah.
Only an idiot would call him
And Henry did the face, right?
It was a great
Great,
moment.
great. Yeah, I know.
It's-
You guys have good casting, huh? Henry, Zlatan.
Yeah.
It's really nice, huh?
it's been a cool broadcast so far.
I like the fact football player become like a commentator.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
bring a little bit touch into the game.
Yeah, especially the two guys like that of that talent. Like, if they criticize you, you cannot ask for, like, you never played. These guys have played at the highest level and been one of the best players in their era. So.
And it's reversed because the fact they have the mic now, and sometimes I'm sure they want to criticize player, but they cannot do it because they think themselves when they've been at that place playing bad,
Yeah, so they have perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, listen, Séan. It was a fantastic
Thank you.
conversation. Like I said, we could do this for another hour and a half, but you got stuff to do.
Busy man.
Maybe we'll check out the event tonight, and we'll come by, and so drop us the location afterwards. And then we'll
so I will
check it
drop
out.
you the question. If you want to know all the information, you go to Urban Ball page or my page, Séan Freestyle on Instagram. There is all the location we're gonna do, all the result as well, different talents. So if you are a baller and you're looking at that, just come over, showcase your talent, and we're gonna be
Check
here
it
for
out. Download the app. Do all that stuff. Séan Garnier. It's
Thank you
a
so much.
legend in the building. Thank you so much for joining
real
us.
legend.
This has been another episode of the Earth Pitch Podcast, the beautiful game of life, part of the Believe Network. For Julio Monterosa, Séan Garnier, I'm Ramsey Abushala. We'll see you next week.